Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke. Today we are heading up towards Victory Road. We got a whole bunch of trainers along the way. Once we actually get to Victory Road, there won't be any trainers inside. They're actually all outside here on this route. And we've also got a couple catches here. I ran into a Tentacool in the water there. Obviously, we already caught one of those. Also, there's the fact that I caught a Tentacool earlier, and I completely forgot about it. And, yeah, so that Tentacool I just caught last episode does not count. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. And Arbok also does not count because we caught Ekans earlier in this playthrough. We still have her, right? I don't think she ended up dying. I think we still have her in the box. So yeah, Arbok is not gonna be eligible to catch. So we'll give it one more try if we don't catch something. This is kind of an unofficial rule I'm just now adding, but I'm gonna say if we don't catch something that we haven't seen before in 3 tries, then we give up our catch for the route. And that way I can't just, run back and forth and try and get the best Pokemon possible. Back on that route that had the Geodudes and the Gravelers, because otherwise I could have just gone forever. I did eventually find a Skarmory, but I feel like that would have been kind of cheaty because I encountered, dozens of Pokemon before that. Anyways, we got a Dodrio here, which we do not have. So let's go ahead and try and put that to sleep. And then we'll hit it with, I guess, a Waterfall and hope it doesn't kill it. Obviously, we do have a Flying type in our team already, and I've actually started to get kind of attached to Jet, even though I said at one point, oh, that's a little too much. Cordelia, you're too powerful. But yeah, we do have a good Flying type already. I know I did say that I wasn't interested in using Jet when we caught her as a Pidgey, but she's kind of grown on me. I mean, obviously I've used the Pidgey line many, many times before, but she's been doing her fair share, and I'm pretty happy with her right now. It would be nice if we could run into a Johto Pokemon somewhere. I wouldn't mind adding one of those to our team before we hit the Elite Four, but whatever. Also, I just remembered, today is Monday, the day I'm recording this video, and I completely forgot to go to the Goldenrod department store yesterday and get the return TM. So I guess Rose is just going to have to stick with Stomp through the Elite Four. Stomp has been doing okay. Actually, I could probably give her Strength instead. Strength has a higher base power than Stomp. So we may end up doing that instead. Yeah, I think that'd probably be a better idea. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I really wish we could add another Johto Pokemon to our team. We may end up catching something after the Elite Four, because I know there are actually, surprisingly, quite a few Johto Pokemon that are only available in Kanto. So if we end up losing one or more Pokemon in the Elite Four, I know one Pokemon I'd really like to go after is Houndour. I know you can catch that, I think between Saffron and Celadon at night, but obviously that's up to the luck of the draw. And I'm sure there's quite a few other Johto Pokemon we might be able to catch a bit later on. But nothing, I don't think there's really going to be anything on these routes that we really want. We could run into an Onix once we hit the actual Victory Road, in which case I guess we could evolve that into Steelix. It would feel kind of cheaty though, but that is something we could possibly do. I think I'll leave Hercules out in the lead there. Since it does normally need a Metal Coat, and we don't get that until after the Elite Four normally. I mean, normally Poliwhirl would evolve using a King's Rock normally, but I didn't have too many qualms about setting that to a level up evolution. So I guess we could make Steelix a level up evolution. We end up finding one of those. And now we are actually on a new route again, so we can possibly catch something here. We'll have to see what it is, if it's something we haven't found before. Eradicate, again, not eligible because we have had a Rattata before. I do kind of wish right now that we were playing a later generation Pokemon game, because then there would just be so much more variety. But I feel like we're going to be running into, like the usual Rattatas and Pidgeys and Hoots for quite a while. I know even over in Kanto, there's probably going to be lots of, Pidgey lines and Rattata lines and all that kind of stuff, which we won't be able to catch. But of course, by that point, we've already had our team established, and we should hopefully not have any losses in the Elite Four. I mean, I guess we'll have to see, but oh, there's a Ponyta. That is not something we have yet, so we could catch that if we can not kill it. Let's see, who do we want to send out here? Let's go with Cordelia, and we'll put it to sleep and try an Ice Punch, and hopefully not KO it. Fire type, we don't have any Fire type coverage yet, so I could use a Fire type in my team. I know I'm going to have to give Brussel the Axe, if I don't end up with the leaf stones. Oops. Sorry about that, I just bumped into my mic. If I don't end up getting the leaf stone to evolve her with, she's probably going to get the axe from the team for now, because I don't really feel that confident going into the Elite Four with an unevolved Pokemon, because Weepinbell's stats aren't that great. If it was something like a Kadabra and I couldn't evolve it into Alakazam, I wouldn't mind so much, because Kadabra's stats are actually on par with some fully evolved Pokemon. But a Weepinbell, I don't think I'm too confident about going into the Elite Four with, and I don't think there's really that many battles that would require a Grass type. If we do get the Leaf Stone, obviously I will keep her on the team, but otherwise, I don't really want to keep around an unevolved Pokemon. So it's possible we might add this Ponyta to our team at some point. We just have to end up thinking of a good nickname for it. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. It took Sleep and an Ultra Ball to catch a Ponyta. I didn't realize it had such a difficult catch rate. Anyways, let's go ahead and think of a good nickname for a Ponyta. Alright, we're going with the nickname Amber because Ponyta is a fire-type Pokemon, and Amber is kind of a yellowish, orangish kind of color, so I feel like that kind of fits. Alright, and I know we're getting pretty close to the end of this route up here, and we'll be entering Victory Road pretty soon. Once we get there, we're probably going to montage through that just like we did with Ice Path, because there are no trainers. There's not really anything else interesting going on there. I think we can heal up in this house right here. This is a free heal. We can use it as many times as we need to, but there aren't too many more trainers coming up, so we should be okay. No PC here. It's not like a Pokemon Center, so we won't be able to change out our team if we want to do that at some point. We'd have to actually, you know, go all the way back to somewhere else and then surf all the way back here and all that. That'd be kind of annoying, but anyway. Alright, and I don't think there's anything really down this way other than the Day Siblings house. The Day Siblings are the ones that give you certain type boosting items depending on what day it is. We haven't encountered any of them in this playthrough because I haven't been really on the lookout for them, because you have to be in certain places on certain days to find them. So I don't really think there's anything down there that we need to get, so we're just going to continue on. I feel like there's just one more trainer left on this route, actually, so we're getting pretty close here. Actually, there's two, because I know there's a female trainer up ahead that has a Rapidash. Alright, and then our last trainer, here she is. Oh, and apparently she ran into our rival as well. Of course, we have a fight with him coming up pretty soon. Alright, so we do have an item down this way that we want to go pick up real quick. Don't want to miss that. It's a Max Elixir, which is pretty nice. Probably going to use Repels through the through Victory Road. We are going to try and catch something when we first enter, but other than that, just to keep the montage going, just so it looks, you know, more consistent, we're going to keep the Repels going, and then I might do a little bit of grinding before we actually face off against Elite Four. I think we'll be okay against the with our rival fight coming up at the end of Victory Road, because I think his highest level Pokemon is 40, and that's going to be his starter, which would be Meganium, which we do have an answer to. Well, technically, I think we have two good answers to it. We could use Jet, or we could use Rose's Ice Punch. So I'm not too worried about that. I don't think we need to do any grinding before that fight. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he will have an Alakazam now, so we kind of do have to watch out for that, unless it's still a Kadabra, but I think we'll be mostly okay. So anyways, in order to get through here, we have to show off our 8 badges. This is something they do in just about every Pokemon game. And then we've also got 2 different ways over here, and we can't go either way yet. We have to go forward. This way leads to Mount Silver, where we'll fight Red eventually. This way leads over to, what is it, Viridian City? We'll be getting there eventually. But first of all, let's go ahead and see what we can encounter here. Kind of hoping for an Onix. I wouldn't mind adding a Steelix to my team in the case that Brussel doesn't get her Leaf Stone, although then we'd have 2 ground types, but I think we'll be okay because there's not too many water types in the Elite Four. Okay, so after a handful of encounters, I didn't find anything, so no catch for this area, which is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping for an Onix. But let's go ahead and queue up the... where did I put those? Queue up the Repels, and queue up the music, and I'll meet you guys when we're ready to fight our rival. So there we go, that's the end of Victory Road. Probably the most disappointing Victory Road out of any game because there's no trainers, there's no puzzles, there's nothing. It's kind of a disappointment. I mean, I know they have all the trainers outside, but most other Victory Roads also have that, as well as having some inside the Victory Road. So, yeah, and I don't think they really changed that in the remakes either. But anyways, we're facing off against our rival for the last time before the Elite Four. I wasn't sure what he'd lead with, because I was expecting him to lead with Sneasel last time, and he ended up leading with, I think he led with his Golbat last time. But I did want to make sure we had somebody to answer either a Flying type or an Ice type, so I brought out Petra. Got a defense drop, which I don't think will matter, because I don't think our rival's going to use any potions. Feint Attack's not going to do too much. I don't think this thing knows any Ice type moves, or if it does, they aren't very good. Of course, Ice is a special attack. So, with Sneasel being a physical attacker, Ice-type attacks coming from it aren't too threatening. Here's a level up for Petra, and then our rival's probably sending on the Meganium next, because that's what Petra is weak to. Yeah, here it comes. So that's his Ace, that's his most powerful Pokemon. We should be able to take it out fairly easily. The only Pokemon I'm really worried about in this fight, as I said before, is the Alakazam. That was the one I was talking about in... last time we fought the rival, when I thought he had an Alakazam, but he didn't. Although it could be a Kadabra. I'm not sure if he has it evolved at this point. I think he has a Haunter still, rather than having a Gengar, so it's possible he might still have just a Kadabra. Although, I shouldn't say just a Kadabra, because Kadabra can be a fairly threatening Pokemon. And I guess I was wrong about the levels, too. It looks like his highest level is 38, which we should be able to handle fairly easily, as long as that paralysis doesn't come into play too much. May end up using a full restore after this. I know we have a whole bunch of money saved up because we haven't been using it for much other than some healing items and such. And that didn't do very much at all. Did he get... I think he got a Reflect Up. I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention, but I'm pretty sure he has a Reflect Up, so that's not... It's not going to do too much. I'm going to go ahead and go for Wing Attacks, because I'm pretty sure if I'm using Fly, the chance for Paralysis... Yeah, there's that Reflect. The chance for Paralysis to take effect is... It has two chances to take effect, basically. And you might as well heal that off. But it could take effect when you start using Fly, or after you, or when you go down after the Fly, after you've flown up in the air already. So I did want to make sure I got rid of that paralysis, so we can go to use Fly again. Because Fly is a higher base power move. It just takes longer to use because you have to fly up and then land and everything. But anyways, there goes Meganium. Not too much of a problem. Next Pokemon up is going to be the Magneton, which we have a very simple answer to. Petra. You know, it always feels weird to see, you know, like a boss fight in the earlier games when they have a Pokemon that's technically not fully evolved. Obviously, Magnezone didn't exist for another couple generations, but it's still weird. Like, it's like, you know, you don't have a fully evolved Pokemon, but at the same time, it was fully evolved at the time. And I feel weird about using a Pokemon that has an evolution later in... Okay, so it's Kadabra. I feel weird about using a Pokemon that has an evolution later, but doesn't have it yet. You know, like, I feel weird about using Rose, even. Because I feel like she's not living up to her full potential. Like, I feel like I'm bringing in a not fully evolved Pokemon to the Elite Four, even though she technically is fully evolved. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. But anyways, Kadabra has a really low physical defense. Shadow Ball is a physical move in this generation, so I guess that wasn't too bad. We got to watch out for that Future Sight, because that's going to be coming into play at some point before the end of the match, I think. Yeah, because we got 2 Pokemon left. It takes 2 turns for Shadow Ball to take effect, so that's probably going to be hitting somebody, but I don't think it accounts for being super effective or not. I think it'll just be neutral to whatever it hits. So we don't have to worry about sending in a Poison type and taking super effective damage. So Golbat's going to use Confuse Ray, of course. Of course. And Petra is probably going to hurt herself because that's just how my luck tends to go. Yep, what do you know? Alright, well I don't think Golbat can do too much to us, so we can just keep trying. I guess Bite is neutral, but it's still not going to do too much. We just got to get a Rock Throw off. And miss, and there comes the Future Sight. Okay, I hope that doesn't do too much. I hope that doesn't... Okay, good. I was getting ready to say, oh crap, but it stopped before it got that far. So we're all good. Everything's all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal up real quick. And now that that future sight's out of the way, we don't have to worry too much about taking damage from this Golbat. And we're just going to have to get a Rock Throw off and hopefully snap out a Confusion in this turn. And hopefully also not miss Rock Throw again. There we go. Awesome. Let's see how much that does. It should do a decent amount because Petra does have fairly high attack stat. Not quite enough. Here comes... Okay, Bite. I was expecting another Confuse Ray because I feel like the second you're not confused anymore, the AI loves to just throw another Confuse Ray at you. There we go. There goes Golbat, and then we got one more Pokemon to deal with. What's it gonna be? Haunter, that's right. Okay, so Haunter, do we want to send somebody else out? Let's leave Petra in. I think Petra will be okay. Obviously, we dealt with lots of Haunters and Gengars and all that in Morty's gym way back when Petra when she was just a Graveler. So this Haunter's not going to be a problem. Again, really low physical defense. All of our rivals' Pokemon, with the exception of maybe Meganium and Magneton, are all like Glass Cannon type of Pokemon. So, I don't know. He's not that... I mean, as much as I like his character for being, you know, an actual threatening character, in terms of his actual team, he's not really that threatening. Because Glass Cannon Pokemon, when wielded by the AI opponents, if you're over their level and faster than them, you win every time. Like, there's no challenge to it in that circumstance. So, I feel like he could have done with a couple more bulky Pokemon. I mean, like, look at the fight with Red. I know I talked last episode about how Red doesn't have that great Pokemon, but I mean, at least he has some bulky Pokemon. Like, he's got a Snorlax, and he's got a Lapras. I think that's the remakes, though. But yeah, he does have some decent bulky Pokemon. I mean, like, stuff like Blastoise and Venusaur are pretty bulky as well, so I feel like those kind of trainers, the trainers that have the more bulky Pokemon, tend to be a bit more difficult to take out in the game. You know, like Whitney's Miltank is a fairly bulky Pokemon. It's got fairly high defense. Claire's Kingdra has got fairly high defenses and special defense. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of this episode. We got where we wanted to go. This is probably going to be a shorter episode because I did want to have the Elite Four battles be all in one video. So we're going to have, you know, 5 battles in a row in the next episode because we're going to have the 4 Elite Four members and the champion, who of course is Lance in this game. So anyways, I hope you're looking forward to that. I can't say for sure that I'm like super worried about anything coming up then. I gotta make sure I don't walk too far forward because I don't know how... Oh, okay, there's a set of stairs, so I guess we can't really walk too far forward. But yeah, we're gonna do some grinding before next episode. Get everybody probably up to like level 45. I think that'd probably be a good level. And then I guess we'll see how we do, and hopefully I get a call about Bressel's Leaf Stone. Otherwise, we'll end up replacing her possibly with the Ponyta we just caught, or I guess something else we have in our PC. I guess let's take a look at what we have. If you guys want to leave any input on who you'd like to see added to the team, be sure to leave it in the comments. Don't say Mrs. Claus. Did I really name these two tentacles the same thing? Oh, that's so silly. But anyways, yeah, don't say Mrs. Claus. I also don't really want to add Sunny to my team. Or Buzz. But of course we do have a Drowsy and a Zubat in the daycare, so either of those are also eligible. So let me know if Bressel doesn't make it with the Leaf Stone. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see added to the team, and if enough people comment saying one thing or another, I might just add it to the team anyway. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Sorry for going on such a rant without really actually doing anything at the end of this episode. I hope you're looking forward to the Elite Four battles, and I'll see you in the next episode.